I moved to Berkeley in February 2020, right before the start of the pandemic. When I'd tell people I'd moved, I'd say, Berkeley, down by 4th Street Shops. 4th Street's a fancy shopping neighbourhood. There's a bookstore just for architects, a specificity that's quite disappointing if you don't know about it before you enter. Right next door, there's a store for functional products for work and travel, which really means an assortment of things you definitely don't need. The fountain pen that rarely leaves my bedside table drawer came from here. There's the usual suspects of upmarket retail stores and some cute cafes and a great ice cream shop. There's also a curiously well-guarded design within reach. The store I like the most is one that manufactures bags from scratch. They've got a laser cutter, a bunch of sewing machines, and people that make these bags by hand and sell them directly from the store. So this is a point in my video where things kind of come off the rails. Off the rails, I know. Funny, huh? What I was going to say here is that I like the bag company on 4th Street because it's about manufacturing, and I live further north in the area that has a lot of heavy manufacturing. But making this video sort of became like that homework project when you're a kid that becomes super long and you just want to get it done. So here's a bunch of clips of things around my neighborhood, things that I've looked at since I've moved here and thought, well, that's peculiar. Here's the first one. Is somebody just taking these trains for a spin? This place is diagonally across the road from my house. If you ever need some artwork / crashed aircraft bits, let me know and I'll give you the address. This place is some small science lab, but mostly they seem to like having a collection of old Apple hardware in their window. Good for them, I say. There's two great things about this place. The first one is the obvious. It looks like they kept the box the house came in and threw away the house. The second thing is that when our house was being built, and our house is not particularly weird looking, nothing like this house, the people who live in this house complained that the design of our house wasn't in keeping with the neighborhood. A pretty gutsy maneuver given that these guys live in a box. This place isn't that unusual until you notice that there's a black ball suspended from a crane above the parking lot. I have no idea why. This house has got cool metal siding, it's got cool iron front doors, and it's also got these cool columns around the side. Like many houses in my neighborhood, I don't know whether it's a house or an art studio or both. This place I know is a studio because we've got some metal railings in our house that were made here. This is another art studio. I haven't been inside, so I don't know what they do, but I do know that they've got a sweet distressed Vespa outside and an old pickup truck that looks like it's straight out of the A-Team. Water comes gushing out of this pipe every so often, mostly when my dog and I are walking past, and it scares the crap out of him. I have an idea that this water is coming from a subterranean stream that runs beneath the basement of this building. Three things about the people who live here. They don't like paint, they do like fences, they don't like greenery. This place is a garage for old Italian sports cars, but it's built right next to these old, run-down, like practically derelict old houses. This is not the most aesthetically interesting shot, but it does show what I mean about living in the industrial part of Berkeley. The building in the front installs solar systems. The curved roof in the back is my house that has one of the solar systems on the roof. Right next door to the solar panel place is a place that turns VWs into race cars. I dream of taking my Golf here one day. This place also has a giant roller door that at 7:30 each morning we can hear from our bedroom. You're going to find some weird things along train tracks, but this is without a doubt the weirdest thing I've seen. There is a story here, and I really don't think I want to know what it is. I went down a Wikipedia and City of Oakland and Berkeley rabbit hole one morning trying to figure out what this place does. I'm not sure what industrial sand is, but I do know that they don't sell it anymore, at least not here. My dog really likes this new neighborhood, an old leather bag to chew on, a piece of wood that actually turns out to be a piece of brisket. The best thing about the brisket is 2 weeks after shooting this video, it's still on the street. I don't remember why I was in Berkeley, but I do remember a few years ago coming to this building, getting inside and exploring. It's an old power station or a boiler room or something. This little cafe is definitely not fancy, but it definitely is delicious. On the morning I shot this video, I ended up with a cheese, egg and ham sandwich, and it was so good. All of the places in this video are within 2 or maybe 3 blocks of my house. The one thing the neighborhood doesn't have, though, is a dude rocking out in the back of his Prius. For that, you're going to need to go to Alameda. Thanks for watching.